What's going on, you guys? We are live here Wednesday morning at Radio Row, Super Bowl week, out here in San Francisco, California, all the way out to the West Coast. My name is Damien Harris. I'm here with two-time Super Bowl champion, Bryant McFadden. And first of all, before we even get started, I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys are used to seeing us on HQ. Today, we're going to slow it down. You see we in the lounge. We're going to relax. We're going to talk a little bit of ball. We got some special guests that I can't wait to bring out for you guys. But we're just going to hang out, talk some ball, and we're going to get right into it. So where else should we start other than the game? Okay. Let's talk about these teams. I mean, when we talk about the Seattle Seahawks and we think about the New England Patriots, we think about the quarterbacks, Drake May, Sam Darnold. Now, I want to play devil's advocate for a second. Let's take them out of the equation. Yep. Let's say neither one of them has a great game on Sunday. Which of these two teams, without their star quarterback, between the Patriots and the Seahawks, which team do you think is more equipped to win a Super Bowl on Sunday?
Great question. Man, these two teams are so evenly matched if you were to remove the quarterbacks. But to give you an answer, Damien, I think I side with the Seattle Seahawks, and here's why. Kenneth Walker has been outstanding, and I understand they're missing Zach Charbonnet. But yet and still, he's really performed considering the increase in volume when it comes to the opportunities, right? Then you look at JSN, and I understand we're talking about removing the quarterbacks, but he's still one of the best playmakers that will be in this game, and he's been outstanding as well. Their offensive line unit is better than the New England Patriots, right? So I think that's a major, major factor in me siding with the Seattle Seahawks. And then defensively, two outstanding units that I have a lot of respect for. But I just side with the Seattle Seahawks and how they play the game. They're a very, very physical unit. They do a great job in putting pressure. You usually only rushing four. And their secondary, even though I love the Patriots secondary as well, when you look at their cornerbacks, the cornerback play, but just the overall landscape of how Seattle plays defense, I kind of side with them also, so I would take Seattle if you had to remove the quarterbacks.
But see, when I look at this matchup, all the things that you just said about Seattle's defense, I can say the same about this New England defense. I mean, we saw what they did to C.J. Stroud. We saw what they did to Justin Herbert. Obviously, the Jarrett Stidham situation, the snowball, that wasn't the best makeup to really tell how good this defense is. But they've shown consistently, especially the second half of the season, how dominant they can be.
Yeah.
You remember the game when the New York Giants went to play in Gillette? It was a night game. You remember how physical they were?
Yeah.
With Jackson Dart on the sideline.
Yeah.
With Gunnar Olszewski, the former New England Patriot. They served him up on the play. I mean, the physicality of that team, like, it just jumped out to me. And that's something that gives me confidence that they might have the edge in this game. Because when I look at this team, whether it's the run game, yes, I know their offensive line hasn't been the best.
No.
They haven't been the best.
You're being real nice.
Let's be real. They haven't been the best.
You're being real nice.
But still, when you know this, because you play defense, even if you got subpar O-line play, when you got a running back like Ramondre Stevenson, that's 6'3", 6'2", 245 pounds, if he just finds a crease, you know the type of impact he can have over the course of the game, the physicality he brings, the toll he takes over the course of the game.
But you just said if. If was a fifth of hen, we'd be leaning to the left.
Okay, well, wait. Before you start, wait. Before you get into all of that, though, when you look at how the Patriots have won over the course of the second half of the regular season, in the postseason, the offensive line play still. Wait. The offensive line play still hasn't been great, but they've still found ways to run the football. And hold on, before you get into that, that was against the Denver Broncos. That was against the Houston Texans. That was against the Chargers, who were a top 5 defense in the National Football League. So just because, yes, the Seahawks defense is great, and yes, the Patriots offensive line might not be the strongest link of their offense, but if they've had the ability to have success running the football and use that physicality against those defenses,
in spurts,
that could be something, that could be an advantage for them in this game.
In spurts. Let's go back to round one against the Chargers.
Okay.
Ramondre Stevenson had a real significant impact in that ball game. Against the Houston Texans, it was marginal, to say the least. Against the Denver Broncos, it was more about Drake May. Drake May became the most prolific runner in that ball game in his improvising that he did. If I'm not mistaken, I think Drake had 10 carries for 65 yards. I think he led them in rushing. So Drake May was the catalyst for their rushing success. In this ball game, when you look at their style of play, the Seattle Seahawks, they usually only rush 4. So when you talk about the linebacker and the safety play, they're able to play with the right gap integrity, which minimizes running lanes for a team like the New England Patriots. And I think for them to be successful, Drake May will have to run the football. Now, if you go back to the AFC Championship game, Drake May had a lot of success running the football in man concepts. Seattle, they don't play a lot of man.
They play a lot of zone.
They play a lot of zone, one of the more zone-oriented defenses of the National Football League. So now with zone coverage, we're playing with our eyes to the backfield. So now I'm not chasing a wide receiver and not seeing what's happening in the backfield. That's why he was able to exploit matchups like that against the Denver Broncos, because you're playing man concepts as a secondary player. I don't see what's going on, so I can't help retreat to try to help in run defense when the quarterback breaks containment. But to your point about how they're running the football, they should go into this game with confidence. The Patriots should be. And that's why when you get to a game like this, man, it's great on great.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
it's great on great.
Listen, you talked about coverages. So how do you think that this New England wide receiver room, who I think, to be honest, to speak truthful, they have outplayed their expectations going into the season. Absolutely. Yeah. Stephon Diggs, 1,000-yard receiver. Kayshon Boutte, the impact he's had with the deep ball. Pop shot of jumping off the screen and making those big impact plays. How do you think this wide receiver room stacks up against this secondary, this disciplined zone defense secondary of the Seattle Seahawks?
They stack up very, very well if Drake May is in his bag. That's the key. Because to your point, in the beginning of the season, there were a lot of question marks about who will step up. We knew who Stephon Diggs was, right? Yeah. Now, coming off an ACL injury, you still had some concerns. Can he get back to being the playmaker? But clearly we knew who he was. The other names were guys we were hoping to see, can they emerge to be playmakers? But because of the quarterback play, no question, they've upped their ante as well. So if Drake May is in his bag, their wide receivers will be in their bag. You just talked about the production or the lack thereof from the O-line. And because of that, we haven't seen wide receiver production like we've seen in regular season play. Get this stat. In the playoffs, right, the New England Patriots, they've averaged 15 points per ball game in the playoffs. They average in regular season play 28 points, a significant drop-off. You know why? Drake May hasn't been comfortable. Drake May has been uncomfortable. He's been not rattled, but he's been standing on eggshells because his offensive line hasn't protected him, and that's why we haven't seen the points that we saw in the regular season. And also, we haven't seen the wide receiver production. So to answer your question, this is not a wide receiver answer. This is a Drake May answer. This is an offensive line answer.
I was going to say, it sounds like you're saying it's an offensive line answer.
Yeah, because O-line and quarterbacks are tied to the hip, in my opinion. So if Drake May is running for his life like he's been doing throughout the playoffs, we're not going to see Kayshon Boutte get behind coverages. We're not going to see Stephon Diggs doing what he's doing. Because if your quarterback's under duress, he can't really he won't be in a position to execute.
Well, we talked about this earlier whenever we were doing a hit over on the side. You were talking about, this is Josh McDaniels, offensive coordinator of the New England Patriots, 10th Super Bowl. 10. I'm going to say that again for the ladies and gentlemen out there. 10th Super Bowl as a coordinator. So when you talk about this defense, when you talk about the lack of production for the offensive line, the lack of security for Drake May, not allowing them to play on time, how do you expect Josh McDaniels to game plan for the Seattle defense?
Get Drake May out in space.
Okay.
Early on, I think, get Drake May out in space, because getting him out in space, he utilizes his athleticism, and oftentimes you remove him from the pocket where he's not an easy target, right? And also, too, find ways to help Will Campbell. You know, utilize a chipper, tight end. Allow him to establish confidence in this ball game, because if you're a young player and you've been struggling like Will Campbell has been struggling in the playoffs, you don't want to allow him to start off on the wrong end of the stick. And he's playing against D-Law, a very, very savvy, experienced pass rusher, and DeMarcus Lawrence. And the tape is out on Will Campbell. The playoff tape hasn't been good.
Blood is in the water.
Yeah, so now you got to get ready to embrace the bad tape that you put out, because that's what they're going to attack. So for me, if I'm Josh McDaniels, I got to understand the entire left side has been vulnerable for the New England Patriots. But we got to find a way to build confidence. The best way to do so, let's get Drake out in space, play action game. And oftentimes, too, you know, one thing that used to hurt us when I played for the Pittsburgh Steelers, a very, very pass rushing oriented defense, tempo. because now we can't huddle up. They're going fast. They're utilizing tempo. So now we can't just peel our ears back to kind of rush. We got to think, and we got to think on the fly. So those are things I think Josh McDaniel can use at his disposal, especially to start the game off.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think tempo is the biggest thing. I think you don't allow this Seattle Seahawks defense to just set up in that zone, let guys like D-Law get in their pass rush and understand, listen, we've got the opportunity. This is 2nd and 10. Who you waving at? Who you waving at? Listen, hold on, wait. Hold on. You know what? Speaking of, I'm going to take a break because we got B-Mac over here waving at people.
This
Listen,
is what Radio Row is about.
Superstars walking side by side. We just had Cam Jordan on.
Yes.
First of all, we got to pause because we didn't even do a vibe check. Hold on. I know I'm all over the place. Quick vibe check. Vibe check.
What we got?
Quick vibe check. I'm saying, give us a vibe check on Radio.
It's great, man. Listen, man, this is a great experience. Every year it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Shouts out to the NFL. Like you say, you see not just athletes like ourselves, but we see entertainers.
Yeah.
You know, now we become fans because we see people who we watch on TV during normal sitcoms or movies and, you know, rappers. So this is where you want to be.
Yeah, this is the spot. I mean, you know what I love about it? You know, obviously I never got here. I never played in the Super Bowl, but seeing my old teammates that I played with, I got to see DeMar Hamlin. I seen Cam Newton. We went through them dog days in New England together. You know what I'm saying? Like seeing those guys and seeing us all in our respective avenues, man. This is what you.
It's the build up
man.
For the biggest game.
The biggest game, and I don't think there's two better teams to be playing for the Super Bowl. And while we're on that topic, we're gonna go back to the game. But we talked a lot about the offense. We talked a lot about the defense. Obviously, we talked about the quarterbacks, running game. We talked about everything. Let's talk about special teams. Who has the edge in special teams? Because before I'm gonna let you think on that, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you it's the New England Patriots, and it's because of two guys, Brendan Schooler, all-world special teamer following in the footsteps of Matthew Slater. I mean, gunner on punt, leading tackler on kickoff.
Yeah.
He does everything. And then Marcus Jones.
I love Marcus.
Woo! You want to punt to him?
No.
If I'm not mistaken, he might have the all-time record for most yards per return in punt return history.
We got to check that out.
We got to check that out.
Yeah.
We got to check that out.
But don't sleep. And I know you up. But I'm just saying, don't sleep on Rashid Shaheed. He can go as well.
Okay.
But this game is going to be competitive in every aspect. Special teams, everything. So make sure you get your popcorn ready. But before you actually get your popcorn ready, we're going to get you ready.
Yes, sir.
That's what we're supposed to do.
Get your popcorn ready. We're going to be right back. We got more action. Special guests coming. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned.
Welcome back. It's Dame and B-Mac. We are live at Radio Row in San Francisco getting ready for the Super Bowl. It's Wednesday morning. Listen, before we went to a break, we were talking about the Patriots and the Seahawks. Which team was better equipped to win the Super Bowl without their starting quarterback? But I want to ask you another question, B-Mac. Which rebuild of organizations is more impressive to you? What the New England Patriots have done with Mike Vrabel and company, or McDonald, Sam Darnold, and the Seahawks?
Well, for me, this is an easy answer. It's Seattle. And the reason why I'm sorry, it's not Seattle. It's the Patriots.
I was going to say, what are we talking about here?
It's an easy
answer.
What
are we talking about?
It's the New England Patriots, and here's why. Mike Vrabel is in year one with this organization as a head coach. Now, granted, he has an abundance of experience throughout his tenure there in Tennessee, but this was his first opportunity standing on the sideline as the head man in charge for New England. Mike McDonald is in year two. So he got an opportunity to see and set the lay of the land there in Seattle. And even a year ago, I know they missed the playoffs, Damien, but they were serviceable. They were a competitive team in spurts. And, of course, you know, they made some significant changes. New England won 4 games a year ago. New England won 4 games a year ago. They struggled. They had to revamp the offensive line. They had to find a way to get a better Drake May in year 2. They had to kind of overhaul the entire roster in terms of contributors that they brought in. And Vrabel had to create a culture in year 1. The culture in Seattle was already set because of Mike McDonald being in year 2, in my opinion. So 2 outstanding, changes in terms of the culture for both said organizations. But I think the more impressive feat was Vrabel doing it in year 1 with the Patriots.
Well, and with that being said, I mean, both of these coaches are up for Coach of the Year, which will be announced later on this week. So I'm taking this as, if you had a vote, you would vote for Mike Vrabel.
I would, because let's look at Vrabel and how he turned the turnover for the Patriots. And then Drake May, he's in the MVP conversation, right? In year 2, right? You rarely see second-year quarterbacks take the step that he's taking before our eyes in year 2 and how well he's played in the consistency. So I think that's a very, very important achievement that has happened under Vrabel and Josh McDaniels.
Now, talk about this, because I don't know if you ever had to deal with this whenever you were playing in your Super Bowls, but did you ever play with guys who were up for those end-of-season awards, like MVP, Tomlin, Coach of the Year?
Okay.
Like, how did – well, go ahead. I'm going to let you think about that.
I don't think Tomlin was ever up for Coach of the Year in the 2 Super Bowls we made with him, but I do remember Troy and James, I think for sure, was up for the Defensive Player of the Year award, right?
Both of them on the same defense.
I mean, it could have been Troy was up 1 year. Troy was up
somebody else.
Troy was up 1 year, and then I think James was up another. But one thing for us was that we wanted to make sure we do everything in our power to not only put them in a position to win that award, but also win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we felt like even though it's an individual award, we all played a major hand in their success.
Yeah.
You know,
you wanted to get your hand in the cookie jar,
no
too.
No question, right? And we used to have a saying in Pittsburgh, when one player make a play, we all make a play.
Okay.
It didn't matter who it was.
Yep.
So every time Troy made a play, I felt like I made a play because that was the mantra and that was the togetherness that we had in Pittsburgh.
Well, but with those guys in particular, like when they were getting ready, hold on. We got some, hold on. Okay. We got somebody coming.
Yeah, we are.
They getting mic'd up. They getting ready. We gonna hold for that.
See, this is live TV right here.
Yeah, this is live TV.
Right, this is live TV.
When people
right
show up, hold on. We gonna sit here and we gonna watch. We're gonna watch. This is what happens. This is like players' ball right here.
Yeah.
You know when you watch on TV when all the celebrities have get-togethers and stuff, they at the Derby and everything.
Yeah.
You seeing what they wearing. You seeing the entourages around them. I see dudes in hats.
This is what Radio Row is about for all our viewers that are checking us out right now. If you don't get an opportunity to experience this, you got to change what you're doing.
And look at
this is big time right here. We speaking football, we having fun, we enjoying life, man. This is what it's all about as we get fired up.
Listen, we know
this is what we do.
We know we stalled you out, but we stalled you out for a reason. Hold on. I gotta
the Louis belt on.
You can't hide it. Listen, you can't see them, but I'm going to go ahead and read some things just so y'all might take a gander at who this may be. 1/3 of the legendary Cowboys triplets alongside with Troy Aikman and Emmitt Smith, powering Dallas to 3 Super Bowl championships. Pro Football Hall of Famer. He finished his career with 750 receptions, 11,904 yards, 65 touchdowns. 5-time? Who is that? 5-time Pro Bowler, and needless to say, nicknamed the Playmaker. We introduced to y'all.
And don't forget, he from South Florida.
Y'all got that connection. Y'all always got to bring that up. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, we got the one and only, the Playmaker, Michael Irvin. First of all, I got to ask you, do you got your energy?
Oh, I'm good, baby. I always have my energy.
You always got it.
Right. Life is that energy. Life is that source, man. And, you know, like Dog said over there, South Florida is the spot, boy. Y'all see, start playing. And, you know, it's so great, too, because I partner with Hard Rock Bet, right?
Yeah.
And y'all, where's that? That's Florida.
No question.
So right. And this is my first time being able to work, like, with a company like this, because I've been working for the NFL all the while, ever since 1988. And you can't work for the NFL and do any kind of partnership in this area. And this is my first, and it's the greatest thing in the world, man, working with peeps from home, man, with Jim Allen and all those guys at Hard Rock. So yeah, it worked out perfectly.
Well, speaking of Hard Rock, Irv, I think it's only right. I'm going to throw some numbers at you, and I want you to pick a number. I got 27, 28, and 30. Pick a number.
27, 28,
or
and 30. There is nothing like the first.
Okay.
I don't care what anybody says. You know, we like to say the second and the third was as good, and it was as good as it could be in comparison to the first. Because the first says, I finally did it. There's so many guys in this game that are walking on that field for the first time in a Super Bowl. Your life changes after this. No matter what, win, lose, or draw, you stepped on that field, there's a certain something comes. One or two things happen. You either get this insatiable thirst to be ye back at that place again. You know what I mean? or it breaks you in such a way that you never get back to that place. Which are you? I was the one that, after I had 27, that's why I got them other numbers you just asked me about, 28 and 30, because I had an insatiable appetite to get back to that place again.
And for our viewers that might not understand the number concept, Super Bowl 27 was his first Super Bowl, and then Super Bowl 28 was the second, and of course, Super Bowl 30 was the third.
I should have had Super Bowl 27, 28, 29, 30, and 31.
Man, but I'm sure you're grateful for them 3, though.
I am, dude, but I'm still hurting from the ones that got away.
Yeah.
I don't even understand how dudes that didn't win any can live if I'm struggling with 3. You see what I'm saying?
I ain't got none.
I'm struggling with 3, man. That's what I'm saying.
It hurt, dog. It hurt. It hurt. Listen, I ain't gonna lie. It hurt. It hurt. But I do get some comfort when I go home to my wife, my boys, man. And I just say, you know what? Like you said earlier, we talking about life too now.
We
got to live life a certain way. We winning.
And
we the best.
Man.
But
and we winning.
I do want to ask you though.
In your lineage, all of them know what's in them. What's in you is in them. So you win on both levels because they know, hey, mine was in that level.
No question.
So that means what's in him is in me. I can get back to this level.
Come on,
and that's
now.
The greatness of it.
Come on now. Listen,
That's
I got a 2-year-old and a 5-month-old, 2 sons, man. You got me ready to go speak some wisdom into them right now. But listen, I will. Don't you worry. I will. But back to the Super Bowl, and listen, we're sitting here at Radio Row. You see, we've got interviews over here. We got celebrities like yourself all over the place. I mean, the day and era that we're in, it's all about social media. It's all about how much can we access these people. I'm going to go ahead and ask you. Now, on the paper, it says I should ask you if social media was around, what would it have been like for you? But I'm going to pose the question in a different way. If social media had been around back in your day, what would we have seen?
Too much.
Too much.
Too much. I answered this one time for someone when I at ESPN. It was the Madden thing we were doing.
Yeah.
And they asked me. They said, "What would it have been like to have social media when you were playing?" I said, "Are you joking?" Like I got in trouble when it was just news at 11. Social media is every second. If I can't hold up when it's just news at 11, you know I ain't gonna hold up when it's every second. You see what I mean? So it's a whole different game now, but it's also a whole different great opportunity because now no longer are you governed by the thoughts of the big boys, the NBCs, ABCs, CBS, Fox, and the one areas who tell you what you're thinking. Oh, everybody's thinking this, and everybody has to believe it because it's coming from them. Now you can see what everybody's thinking because it's called trending. You can see what everybody believes because it's called trending, and that makes a difference.
You know that guy? You remember that guy?
Oh, yeah, that's my band right there. That's my dog of dogs right there, y'all. Y'all say what y'all want.
Charles Haley.
Come on.
Right. Charles Haley.
I had Charles Haley on my White House podcast yesterday, man. And I told people yesterday, and I tell them again, there's very few people I respect, honor, and love in this world as much as I love this dude right here.
Legend again. This is what we do, man. This is what we do.
Come on, man.
This live. What we tell y'all? This live TV.
Right.
This Radio Row. This the Super Bowl. This is what you want.
Right. And they get him right here. Charles is one of the only few mugs that can come in a room and sit me down. You know, I walk in here with 3. I walk in with 3, and y'all say, "Oh, you got 3," and then here come this joker with 5. You know what I mean? Sit your little ass down, Michael. That's what he said. Sit your little 3 championship ass down.
Man,
I got 5.
Listen, it's a lot of wisdom between y'all two, though, right? There's a lot of wisdom, a lot of knowledge in the game. Hell, a lot of experience at this level. What's some advice? Like, let's say our viewers were the New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks, and you talking to these young men with the opportunity of a lifetime in front of them, what you telling them as greats of the game?
Well, you know, the biggest part I see with this generation, they're not communicators. They're not fighting for the guy next to them. When I play, if Michael Irvin was sitting right there or sitting over there, I didn't want him to be disappointed in me. I wanted the guy next to me to know that I would sacrifice, I would do anything for them. And then when you have that kind of brotherhood, it's unbreakable. And when you talk to my teammates at the Cowboys or at the 49ers, they know the sacrifices I made for them. and they made for me. And team is everything. That's 11 guys believing in themselves, believing that we can do it. And until teams start doing that, and then quarterbacks, they think they God. And, they think they God.
We got
man.
people like Pete Briscoe that think it's God's position.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Hey, until they get out of stupid and come down to dumb and realize, guess what? You got to control the whole team. Mm-hmm. Okay? It's not about you, it's about team.
Mike, what about you?
Man, listen, these young men today have such great opportunities, to really set their families up. If you ask me what I would tell these guys that are out here right now, understand that this is not just a regular game. This is the Super Bowl. It's everything that you have asked and dreamed of. You have opportunity to accomplish. And all of us, each of us, we have at least two of us and all of us. I tell these young men, the great men in this world will have to learn to mitigate the kid in him so it doesn't mess up the king in him. And out here, the kid gonna want to play, but you got to say no and focus on your king and get to that football field, because there'll be a lot of things saying, oh, let me talk to your kids. How you doing? What's your kid name? And boy, if you get lost in that, boy, I'm just telling you, boy. So, it's a hell of an opportunity, but there's nothing like walking out of this game as a Super Bowl champion. It changes your life.
Yeah.
Hey, Irv, before we let you go, I'm going to play a familiar game. We played in Tallahassee.
Yeah, that was fun.
Better at their peak, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to throw some names out to you, and Charles, you can help as well. Better at their peak, two outstanding legendary names for each position.
Better at their peak. Who was better when they was at their peak?
Wide receiver, Calvin Johnson or Randy Moss? Better at their peak.
Megatron.
That's a tough one right there, dude. Because they both big boys, but Randy had the up the field and Calvin had the all over you anywhere. You know what I mean? Boy, that's
Charles
a hard call,
Charles said Megatron.
And he was confident with it, too. He didn't think he second guess. He ain't sweating nothing.
Randy was a bad boy, man.
Hey, Megatron quit. Hey, he quit at the top of his game.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah,
Okay.
he
So don't, you have to understand a player like that, he's like Barry Sanders. Yeah. Who's the best running back? Barry Sanders.
Uh-oh. Well, hold on. Speaking of running back,
Irvin got to answer though. Irvin give us the answer.
In Megatron, I love Megatron, but Randy Moss can take a hitch. I saw it. And it was 70 yards on us. Every time I said,
Thanksgiving.
I said, it was a hitch. Hey, damn, Pup. It was a hitch, Pup. How do you think I go by you on a hitch? You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. I can't be the only one that opened my eyes up with.
I got to go Randy.
I can't be the only one that opened my eyes when Moss did the one hand on Revis Island, right? We got to come on.
In that one-hander. But hey, boy, Megatron was no joke, dude.
Hey,
guys, that's a hard one.
Why y'all jumping at Megatron when you got one of the greatness right here, dog?
He was just asking about those guys. He wasn't asking about champions.
Hold on.
He wasn't asking about champions.
How you jump at Jerry Rice?
He was talking about catches and yards. He wasn't talking about champions.
You play with both of them.
We got to do what they tell us.
Hold on. Yeah, but you play with both of them. Hold on.
They were asking about catches and yards. They weren't asking about championship, Charles.
Hold on. Since Charles want to get on the spotlight.
They want to talk about
Charles.
standard of excellence. That's what it was.
We ain't never going to get past wide receiver.
This is the last one. We're going to wrap it up. Since you want to get on the spot. Since you want to get on the spotlight, better at their peak, Michael Irvin or Jerry Rice. You played with both of them.
Boy,
I ain't answering that one.
I give Jerry Rice Jesus and cleats. But as soon as you finish with the E and Rice, you better start with them and Mike. That's what I tell you.
Well, I'll tell you this. Jerry Rice had the pure running thing. Michael was a tough as could be. And you know what? Both of them had that killer instinct. Yeah. They walked out there and said, you know what? Put 2 or 3 over here. You know what? I don't care. And then they take a hit. Michael was one to take more of a bigger hit.
He ran on them slants.
You ran that slant, or you run back to the ghetto.
That tells me when you're a man.
Hey, South Florida might be where it's at.
And back then, they had safeties that gonna knock you out.
Right.
Different game.
Hold on. I know we're supposed to go to break, but I'm gonna ask one more, just for my sake.
Yeah.
We got to talk running backs, dog. We got to. And these are two different style cats right now, but both legendary in their own right. Adrian Peterson in his prime. LT, LaDainian Tomlinson in his prime. Come on.
That's another tough one, man.
Come on, give me something.
Well, but AP was a different dude. LT was too. LT, I love LT, but I'm gonna have to go with AP on that one if you look at it. But LT was a different dude.
I mean, I respect it.
Adrian Peterson, I would have the HP.
Yeah.
Adrian Peterson.
Yeah.
That was a bad boy, man. That was a bad boy.
Come on now, give me some.
What?
Come on.
I don't.
Adrian Peterson, LaDainian Tomlinson.
But listen, I'm taking Emmett over Barry Sanders. I love Barry.
What?
I love Barry. Barry gives me the dazzle. Emmett gives me the for shizzle.
Like that. Hey, I played against that fool.
Yeah.
I played against that fool. Hey,
How'd it work out for you?
He would come. I got my arms over at the time. He back up.
Right.
He back up. Dog, go 80.
Yeah.
Man,
Go 80.
to the highs. You never see him
I
again.
went across.
To the
and then, you know what? He lost more yards. And he lost more yards than he gained.
Damn.
Right.
Think about how many yards he would have gained if he didn't run backwards and side to side, back and forth.
And that's
Reggie
what
Bush before Bush.
And that's what I'm talking about. You see what you just said?
Uh-oh.
See, you know what? Because I'm a businessman.
Uh-oh.
And I know as long as you're putting $1 in, you will never go broke.
Uh-oh.
You know what I mean? Emmett always gains something. He never goes back. That's why we don't even have to take him off when we get to the green zone, because in the red zone, because we know he's going to gain something. That's why I take Emmett. I take the consistency over the dazzle.
Man.
Hey, I love this. Is good football talk.
Dazzle is
this ball talk. This is good ball talk.
Emmett is a GOAT.
Yeah.
But, hey,
You say you taking Barry.
just think about if Barry had kept playing.
Oh,
Dog,
he's like
I played
Megatron.
against this dude. I played against Emmett. Hey, both of them are similar, but Barry had that speed to go and that quickness to go with that, dog.
Yeah.
Hey, Irvin, before we let you go, tell us about your relationship with Hard Rock. And we need a pick from the game.
Well, okay. Hard Rock Bets have it right now, 4.5 points, Seattle. You know, and I've been leaning towards Seattle. You know, of course, at the end of the week, I got to make a few calls to find out which guy's been out, who's been naughty, who's been nice before I make you the final pick.
Yeah.
But listen, and partnering with Hard Rock, I told these guys, I was telling them earlier, I'm so happy to be partnered with Hard Rock because I've never had a chance to work with companies like this, working with the NFL. So yeah. I'm gonna take that 4.5 and go with Seattle. That 4.5 Hard Rock Bets, guys, on the game.
Hey, I'm taking Seattle because DeMarcus Lawrence, he was at the Cowboys. I know what he has. I know that the leadership style he has, and they got a defense. So that quarterback, he's proved to himself year after year. And you know the New England quarterback, what he's gonna be? Deer in headlights? What happens when he throw an interception? Is that head gonna drop down, or he gonna say, like the gunslinger Brett Favre? He'll throw 5 interceptions on you and throw 7 touchdowns, bro. You know what I'm saying? Is he that kind of guy? And I don't think so.
All right, well, listen, we got ball talk, we got legends, we got it all on CBS. We're going to take a break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Welcome back. We are here live. Damien Harris, Bryant McFadden here with CBS Sports HQ. We are live at Super Bowl Media.
We're having a ball.
I can't even talk. I'm about to just throw it because we got guest after guest after
guest. We having a ball, man.
Familiar faces. What's up, my boy?
What's up with you?
What's up, OG? Listen, this man right here, just like our last guest, he needs no introduction, but I'll give him a little bit of something.
You gotta give him his just due. Give him his flowers.
Heisman Trophy winner. Hey, turn the man mic down.
It's a little too loud. Turn the man
mic down. We got Heisman Trophy winner, Alabama legend, national champion, 2,000-yard rusher, leads almost every statistical category known to man for running the football. Alabama legend, Baltimore running back. We got Derrick Henry. He's with us. Is your mic good? Your earpiece good?
You good now?
You sound good? You good? What's up, man? How you doing? How you feeling? Man, we good.
Doing good, man. We ain't good as you. What you got around your neck and your ear rings, boy.
Yeah, listen, probably that.
Life is good, ain't it?
I worked for it, man.
You better believe it.
Might as well.
So you're going to enjoy it.
Yeah,
you're going to
every
enjoy it.
time. Yes,
So
sir.
listen, just right off the rip, right? Because you talk about working for everything that you do. Everybody always talks about it. We see the videos of you working out your off-season regimen. Talk about your mentality working in the off-season, how hard you work, how much you put into it, and then the results that you expect to see from it.
Yeah, I just think when I go into off-season, I'm more focused on the things that I didn't do or what I need to get better at, because they're constantly playing my mind. And that's what I kind of use as motivation and fuel. It's trying to get better at those things and attack those things every day. And then think about elevation of my game, trying to be better than I was in the year before, no matter if it was better or worse.
Yep.
How can I get better?
Yeah.
And just keep that same mindset and keep attacking every day till that time comes to get back and put those helmet and pads on.
One thing we know about the NFL, it's always evolving.
Yeah, for sure.
Changes always happen. Rosters will never be the same based on the previous year.
Yeah.
The Ravens are currently in the midst of a significant change, right? And we've seen that throughout the NFL. Why is change good for the Ravens, you think, for this upcoming season?
Yeah, I think it's just, it's always good for something new and a fresh start, and whenever you feel like it's the right time, then, you make that move. Now, obviously, this year didn't end it the way we wanted to with the big expectations, which we all had.
Yeah.
And we came up really short, disappointed in how it ended, but I think it's a way to use it as fuel going into next season with the big change and with so much ahead of us and the uncertain. But excited for what's to come. New head coach, new everything, and you got to go put the work in to get the result. But change can always be good.
Yeah.
Have you had an opportunity to talk to Jesse?
Yeah, I got to talk.
A younger coach. And
got to talk to him. Just like in the introduction phone call.
Yeah.
Just getting to talk to each other, talk about ball a little bit, and his vision some. But I was excited the response he got from the players and the endorsement, them being excited for him, and the appreciation that they have for him through the years that they were with him. So, you always know, the type of coach you are when your players show their appreciation. So, excited about that.
Yeah, absolutely. And, as we're talking about change, and you said it is good for change at times when the time is right.
Yeah.
One thing that hasn't changed is your performance throughout the course of your career.
Yeah.
And I just want to ask you, in terms of how your body is holding up, how you train in the offseason, how your body felt throughout the course of this season, where do you think you are in your timeline of your career? Do you still think you got a lot of time, a little bit of time? Not talking about with any particular team, but just your overall time in this league. How much time?
Yeah, I don't see myself stopping anytime soon. And I'm looking forward to next year. I love the game and been loving it since I was a kid. And I feel great. I'm in my 30s, but
so that don't mean nothing. Clearly,
yeah. I look forward to next year, and I don't see me stopping no time soon.
So I want to throw out some games to you, stat lines. I want to know how well do you remember significant, dominating stat lines?
Yeah, for sure.
In your career.
Yeah.
22 rushes, 212 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 receptions for 52 yards, and an overtime win against
Houston.
Woo! Do you remember the year?
2020.
Woo! Dead right.
Hold on. Let me get this one because I worked on this one because I was on the sideline.
Impressive.
By the way, for those of y'all that don't know, that is impressive. He's still doing what he's doing, and now, like he said, big media. I can't do this no more. But for those that don't know, I was like the little brother. So whenever we would go on road trips, I had to stay with Big Brother. He had to make sure that I was doing the right things. I was doing the test. Making sure I had all this and everything ready, right? So I got an up-close view to this one. 44 carries, 189, a touchdown. Who was that again? It's college.
Yeah, Florida, SEC Championship.
What year?
2015.
Man,
wow. All right, we got one more. 502 yards, 6 touchdowns.
Andrew Jackson, senior year, 2012.
And what's significant about that night?
That was That was the most rushing yards, I want to say, in a game in Florida.
Yep. And that was homecoming night.
Homecoming night, yes.
Were you homecoming king?
No, I was. I don't think I was. No, I wasn't.
Okay.
But you always the kid.
You always the
Appreciate
king.
Appreciate that.
502 yards.
Again, say it one more time.
502
say it one more time.
yards.
How many touchdowns?
6, man. And
6.
also, too, what state has the best football? I just want to throw that out.
You know Florida. Florida, that's no question. I know why people argue or try to debate that. It's Florida. Always been Florida.
Come on, man.
Honestly, I ain't even going to say it. I ain't going to say nothing. But, ladies and gentlemen, not only can this man play football, apparently he can act, too. You in a movie with Adam Sandler? What's up with that?
I know. I need Hollywood to start calling. Hopefully, Adam will call me at sometime soon. But yeah, I'm trying to get that acting going too.
Yeah, you trying to act? Okay, what's that?
I would love to. Yeah.
Okay. So Derrick Henry, the actor, not the football player. If you could pick your perfect type of movie to play in,
a role
that suits you, your perfect role, who would it be?
Somebody to play me or me be in?
No,
the movie?
you be in the movie. You be in the movie. What role? What character? What type of movie you want to play in?
I think some comedy. I love comedy movies. And I love being funny and I love laughing. I think comedy, man. I feel like I can make people laugh. Comedy movie for sure.
Bro, you didn't make nobody laugh in the running back movies, bro.
Man, I'm telling you.
But that's when you know.
I was on a mission, though. You feel me? That year was just different. I was on a mission.
Yeah. Okay, you're right. Heisman year locked in. Okay.
But that's when you know you're a really good actor. When you play a role where other people that know you don't see you playing because
for real.
Yeah, that's when you know
something, man. Yeah, man.
I ain't seen it. I remember. You know who I remember? I remember Drizzy and I remember Burton. That's who I remember cutting them meetings up. You was just bad. Cause like you said, you was locked in.
I was locked in, but I'm telling you, bro. You was surprised. You was surprised, bro. For real.
Last question before we let you go. Your former head coach, Mike Vrabel, was in the Super Bowl, right? Mm-hmm. Doing a great job. What kind of behavior you think we will see from him if he wins that Sticky Lombardi?
Ooh, boy. I think behind closed doors he'll cut up.
He gonna cut up.
You know, when it's all in front of the cameras, he'll be himself, man. Coach Vrabel got a great personality, especially like with his team and his coaches. But yeah, I feel like Coach gonna cut up. He already got the little quote where he said he'll cut his, you know, if he ended up winning.
He gonna leave a 6. He said he gonna leave a 6.
I know, I saw that. But yeah, he gonna cut up for sure.
Dudes get in front of the camera and just lie like that, huh? They just get up there and lie. They just say any old thing, man. But listen, I know he said he's gonna let you go, but I got one more question for you. I want to talk about your partnership with Okios. Like, obviously, everybody wants to know what does a day of Derrick Henry look like.
Yeah, it was fun, man. I got to shoot the commercial with Oikos, being in a big spot for the Super Bowl commercial. Mm-hmm. My first time being in a Super Bowl commercial, I enjoyed it a lot, talking about their products and encouraging the fans to use Oikos to get strength and high protein in their products. 000 is one of their new products, a Greek yogurt, that if y'all get bored, y'all get hungry, you can have some little Greek yogurt to help fuel y'all and have some high protein as well. And I'm excited for the opportunity, grateful for the opportunity, and hope everybody enjoy the commercial.
Yes, sir, man.
Can't wait to see this commercial.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. Yeah. I can't wait to see your
with
debut.
Catherine Hahn,
I can't wait to see your debut in Hollywood. Hopefully you're going to be funnier than what I remember them damn meetings. Hey, you better show me something, or else I'm going to call Drizzy. We're going to talk about it. We still got the groove, man. We're going to talk about
What's the name of the movie?
What's that again?
The movie.
The movie that I'll be in?
Yeah.
What it be called?
Yeah.
Dang.
So you got to have all this ready. Like, you got to see the vision.
I would call it Mind Over Matter.
I like it.
A comedy, Mind Over Matter?
Yeah. Heck yeah.
There we go.
Because you will be thinking it's something, like you said, you would think it's serious, but it end up being funny. It's like you said, I wasn't funny, and then you might see me in a movie, you be like, oh, man, you might love it. Might be your favorite movie you ever watch.
I'm trying to see a different side of you. Okay, I'm trying to see a different side.
Multi-talented.
I'm trying to see you multi-talented. But listen, man, Derrick, we respect you and everything that you've done, your longevity, your career, your impact that you had. I mean, obviously me, like I said, bro, like I looked up to you. I tell people all the time, like, when did I know at Bama that I needed to do something to stand out? It was when we would come off of Wednesday, Tuesday practices, and you would take the pads off. You put 450 on your back, and then you do 4 or 5 reps of squats, and, you know, just the stuff that you did, that helped me see the vision on what it took to play at that level and then get to the next level, man. So a lot of respect to you, man. Appreciate your time.
Appreciate you coming,
Listen, again, we got Heisman Trophy winners. We got superstars, legends. We got everybody here at CBS. Stay with us. We'll be right back.